If there's any one thing that I'm happy has made a resurgence in gaming lately, it's the AA gaming market. For a little while there, gaming was dominated by strictly the AAA market and just a handful of indie games. AA games had been a thing of the past, almost dying out completely with the Xbox 360 and PS3 generation. But in the last few years, games like Remnant from the Ashes, Greedfall, Nier Automata, Kingdom Come Deliverance have all been standout AA titles made by incredibly talented small studios. And today we're talking about another, Mortal Shell, a game developed by just 15 people, and is probably the best game I've played this year so far. It took me around 15 hours to beat, but I'm already a few hours into my New Game Plus playthrough for a second go around. The game costs just $30, and when you consider the quality gameplay, polish, and replayability of this game, that is a steal. If you need any more convincing on why you should pick this game up, just watch the rest of the video. Now, it's undeniable that Mortal Shell takes heavy influence from Dark Souls. Hell, at a glance you'd probably think this was Dark Souls. And if you do like Dark Souls, or any Souls-like for that matter, I can easily recommend this game to you. But Mortal Shell isn't just a knockoff of Dark Souls. It has some great unique mechanics and aspects to the game that help it stand out in the Souls-like genre. Most importantly, the shell mechanic. Instead of a character stat progression system from Dark Souls where you level up vitality, strength, or dexterity, you instead can wear 4 different shells, each shell lending to a specific gameplay style. You've got your high health tanky shell with low stamina, a high stamina shell with low health, and 2 more shells with a bit more balanced stats. But beyond your health and stamina bars, each shell has a set of unique perks and unlocks, and each shell can be leveled up with skill points and provide some really great perks like increasing your damage if you don't take any hits, or reducing ability cooldown on rapid kills, and some really deadly ones like releasing a poisonous cloud upon a successful parry. The combat in Mortal Shell is extremely polished and smooth and is most likely what will keep you coming back for more. Fighting your way through Mortal Shell's world is extremely addicting because every single enemy encounter has the potential to be a challenging fight. There's a few different weapons you can choose from and level up: Hollowed Sword, Smoldering Mace, Hammer and Chisel, and Martyr's Blade. Now, the choice of only 4 weapons does sound small and initially was off-putting to me as somebody who likes to collect weapons in these kinds of games. But each weapon can be leveled up and has its own special attack that sets it apart and shakes up your gameplay. Partway through the game, because of these special attacks and differences in the weapons, I didn't really mind that there wasn't so many weapons to chase. Most of your combat comes down to time dodges, finding attack windows, and parries like many other action combat titles. But the biggest addition unique to Mortal Shell is the Harden ability, which comes in handy in just about every single situation. Instead of having a shield in this game, hardening is the only way you can take a hit without losing health. It's on a small cooldown so you can't simply spam it, but the combos you can pull off with Harden are insane. Harden can stun your enemies, save yourself from deadly boss attacks, and work as a means to proc a certain perk on your shell. The possibilities with Harden are near endless and can lend to some creative combos and synergizing gameplay. And it may take some time to get used to, but it's absolutely incredible. The world of Mortal Shell is beautiful, and each location and environment begs to be explored. From Fulgrim all the way to the Crypt of Martyrs and every area in between, the world design is damn near perfect. None of the areas ever feel disjointed. The enemies and bosses fit into their respective zones, and everything feels believable in this world that Cold Symmetry has created. I want to briefly talk about the story of Mortal Shell because, like Dark Souls, it's not fully on the surface. A lot of it is picked up in dialogue, item descriptions, and the world, which isn't everyone's favorite style of storytelling. To me, in a Souls-like, it's okay where story isn't the focal point, and instead the world and lore is meant to be discovered and questioned. And I'm happy to say that the world and the lore of Mortal Shell does come across as very mysterious and interesting, and already there are lore channels dedicated to covering the deeper narrative found inside this world. I also want to mention the game's difficulty for a moment because I think it's important. Like Dark Souls, there's only one difficulty for this game, which I think is a good thing. It means that instead of creating and balancing around multiple difficulties, the developers tailor-made this game around this one difficulty, and every bit of balance and decision-making, for the most part, felt very deliberate to this one difficulty. Some enemies and bosses in Mortal Shell can give you a challenge at first, but pushing through and overcoming them wasn't near as tough as any of the Dark Souls games. That's not to say that this game was easy by any means, but you probably won't be spending 8 hours on just one boss like you would in Dark Souls at times. And I think it's okay that this game isn't as difficult as Dark Souls. I'm just glad more people are making Souls-likes, regardless of how difficult they are. The world of Mortal Shell has many secrets and mysteries to uncover that I don't want to spoil here, but I will just say that I'm impressed with what this team has been able to accomplish here. The combat is excellent, the world design is beautiful, the boss fights were fun and could be challenging, and it's definitely well worth the $30 asking price. I really hope to see either a sequel or a DLC for Mortal Shell in the future because I absolutely loved my time with this game. Much more than I expected I would. I'll definitely continue to support Cold Symmetry in their future projects because while this is just a studio of 15 people, they've proven to be top tier developers with this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you could, drop a like on the video, subscribe for more videos just like this one, and I will see you all next time.